Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Heini. I'm Heini, and this week I'm going to lead you through a short Yin Yoga practice for the everyday. This is a props-free Yin Yoga practice, so hopefully an easy one for you to do every day, any day, wherever you are. You don't need any special equipment for this Yin Yoga practice. Let's get started. Like I said, you can do this practice without any props. But of course, if you know that you like to do your Yin Yoga practice with props, then feel free to bring in every and any prop that you can imagine. But I wanted to show you a short practice that you can do without props, and also a practice that goes through most of the 6 movements of the spine. So if you only have a little bit time, you want to do Yin Yoga, then this is a good practice to go through those crucial lines in the body. You need just some kind of practice space. It doesn't need to be a mat. You could do this practice on your bed as well if you want to do it in the evening or in the morning. So just some kind of space where you can lie down comfortably. We're going to start from lying down on our belly. So when you are ready, bring yourself to lie down on your front and make it a comfortable pose. So let yourself wiggle, move a bit before you settle in. In our Yin practice, I do invite you to find a moment of stillness and silence in each pose. But always in the beginning of the pose, it's a good idea to move a bit, to kind of find where exactly your body wants to be in that shape. So allow those little movements and wiggles before you settle in. And you could bring your hands under the head if you want, or you might lean your head all the way down onto the floor, maybe one cheek on the mat or forehead on the mat. You can also bring arms down next to the sides if that feels better. So any easy lying down pose. And we're just going to do a quick check in here, how you feel in your body now, and a quick check in with the breath, letting yourself find those slightly slower, slightly deeper breaths. Allow a few breaths to flow down towards the chest, towards the ribs, towards the lower back and the belly. And with each exhalation, soften wherever you feel that you could soften just a bit more. So let yourself become heavy. Let yourself just melt down towards the floor, towards the ground. Take another breath in and out. And then we're going to move on to our next pose, which is a back bend, the Sphinx pose. With your next couple of breaths, slowly start to peel your chest off the mat and slide your elbows, your forearms onto the mat or bed, wherever you are practicing in. And you could have your elbows about shoulder width apart. You could open the elbows wider. Find an edge that gives you a sensation of back bend in your spine. We're going especially into the lower back here. And in our Yin practice, we don't need to press the shoulders down, so feel free to let the shoulders come up towards the ears. See what you'd like to do with your head. You could keep your head neutral, so your head is in a more upright pose. You might even lean the head slightly back if that feels good in your neck. Or you might lean your head forward. So it could be that in your neck you actually have a forward bend, whereas in the lower back we have that back bend going on. If the neck gets very tense and it's difficult to find a place for your head, then leave your elbows on the mat in front of you and lean your chin or your forehead onto your hands. So supporting your head, your neck onto your hands. We could use our own body as props if we are in a situation where we don't have props to lean on to. Now we're going to spend about 1 more minute in this pose, in this back bending pose. If you feel that you want to bend your legs, you could bend your knees, so you lift your feet up into the air behind you, and that might change the back bend in your spine. It might also change the sensations at the fronts of the hips or thighs. And if that's a nice sensation, something you want to explore, then feel free to keep the knees bent. Give yourself another 5 to 10 breaths in this Sphinx pose. As we are slowly approaching the end of this pose, just note how you feel now, how your back feels in this pose now. And then with a slightly bigger breath in and out, start to come out of the pose. If you have your legs bent, bring your legs back down. Start to release the arms to bring your chest, your head back down. Lean all the way back onto the mat or onto your bed. Breathe in and out. And then from your belly, roll onto your left side and bend your knees so you curl onto your left side. And we're going to move on to a twist. So from your side, keep your legs on the side of the mat and open your chest up towards the ceiling, arriving into an open, reclining twist. You are very welcome to again wiggle and move around a bit. You could have that right arm bent or straight. If the elbow or shoulder is sensitive, you can always bring that right arm down next to your side. You have an option here to keep both knees bent, or if you like, I suggest trying to extend the top leg, the right leg, and this might catch a bit more the outer edge, outer side of that right leg. Maybe the left hand resting on the right knee or shin or even the ankle. But that's just an option. If you'd rather keep your both knees bent, you're very welcome to do that. But here we're giving the spine a twist. We're also giving a slight side bend and opening for the right side body. So twists are quite handy movements to incorporate a lot of different directions, different movements inside the body. So here we get the twist and we get that opening for the right side body at the same time. Let your breath slide down and up along that right side. Let your neck soften. Your head could lean to one side or the other. And just breathe. Find that moment of stillness, that moment of silence within the body. Give yourself another 5 to 10 breaths in your twist. And then at the end of those 5 to 10 breaths, slowly start to release the pose. If you have your right leg extended, bend that right leg and slowly slide onto your back. Maybe bending both knees, or if you want, you can extend your both legs for a moment. And breathe in and out. Notice how you feel before we move on to the twist on the other side. When you're ready, slowly start to lean your legs towards the right side of your mat. So now you're curling towards the right side. And from there, open the chest. So arriving into that twist on the other side. Again, let yourself wiggle, let yourself move a bit. Adjust the arms. If you want, you can keep the left arm open, or you could maybe bring the left hand onto the belly, onto the left side, if that feels better on the second side. And you have the same option, either to keep both knees bent or to extend the top leg. So on this side, it would be the left leg, and the right hand could rest on the left knee or shin or ankle, if that helps. But you might make a different choice on this second side. So extending that left leg might give more sensations along the outside of the left hip, left thigh, maybe all the way down on the lower leg. But it will, and you might also feel it along your back in a different way. So if it doesn't suit your back, don't force it. Let the neck soften. Again, you might turn head to one side or the other. And just breathe here. Let yourself be for a moment. Give yourself another 5 to 10 breaths in your twist. Breathing down and up along the left side. Breathing along the spine. Softening shoulders, softening the hips. At the end of those 5 to 10 breaths, when you feel ready to release this twist, this time leave your legs on the side of the mat and start to curl back onto the right side. So closing the chest, the arms towards the legs. And then from your side, slowly bring yourself onto all fours, onto hands and knees. And we're going to go into our last pose, child's pose. So now on your knees, on your shins, lean the pelvis back towards the feet. And you can choose to either open the knees wide apart or keep the knees very close together. Lean the chest, lean the head down and forward. And you can choose here to keep arms overhead. So arms are lengthening forward. Or you might bend the elbows, maybe bring hands under the head if you want. Or third option, bring arms down next to your sides. Where do you feel? You can now find a restful pose for your shoulders. This is a gentle rounding for the spine, so we are in a gentle forward bend. And we're closing in after those open twists. Let yourself curl in. Hide your head down. And just breathe here. Breathe into your turtle shell. Breathe into your back. Each exhalation softening, releasing tension. We have about 1 more minute in this child's pose.
Give yourself a couple more breaths in and out in your child's pose. These could be a bit deeper breaths. And then slowly, with your next few breaths, start to roll your back up. Walk with your hands to bring your back up. And bring yourself into a seat. Into any easy seat. Maybe still keep your eyes closed. Keep your awareness on the inside. Give yourself another 5 to 10 breaths in your seat. Let your breath stay calm. Let your body stay calm. And let your mind rest in your breath. Once more, check in with yourself. How do you feel now? As we are slowly coming towards the end of our short yin practice. If you feel that you need to go back to the practice, let yourself go back into the child's pose, or maybe choose another pose to continue your practice. Or if you feel that you're ready to close the practice now, you could open your eyes. If it's part of your practice, bring palms together in front of the chest. And as always, at the end of the practice, thank yourself for taking this time to check in, taking this time to slow things down. And I thank you very much for joining in. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining in this short yin practice. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and also leave a comment below. Let me know how you felt after this practice. Or if you have any questions, let me know. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. There will be loads more yoga related videos and free classes coming up. Thank you again, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.